I love betting. I put $5 on, and it makes every game a lot more interesting, and I think it's a real trend that's going to continue, and we're seeing it with consolidation and everything else. I'm thinking some media companies should get into this business, not just casinos and gambling. Don't you think that we're going to be doing this real time and the engagement benefits media companies?
Yeah, I think that's where the market is heading. There's been a number of media tie-ups. I mean, if you look at the UK, that's essentially where the money has been won. Sky Betting and Sky Sports really started this trend. So then in the United States, there were tie-ups with NBC, with CBS, with ESPN, and with Fox Bet. So what you're going to see over the next couple years is really programming tie-ins where you can, click through to your bet, and they'll be talking a little bit more about why the spread is where it is. But that's certainly something that we're going to see. Right now, it's really just DraftKings and FanDuel leading the pack. But I think the product's going to change significantly over the next couple of years.
I think so, too. And it's going to be, as I say, there's going to be engagement while the games are happening as well. What's left? Who's left? How many dance partners are there around? When do the states... It's still very rare. I mean, New Jersey, if I leave New Jersey and try and do anything, it's impossible. So when does that actually move forward where it's going to 50 states, don't you think? I don't know. Who wouldn't eventually do it?
We're with you. So right now, 23 states have legalized online sports betting. Only 6 have legalized online gaming, betting on slots, blackjack, baccarat. We predict by 2025, roughly 75% of states will legalize online sports betting, and then the iGaming wave will come right after that. So the market last year combined online sports betting and iGaming was $1 billion in terms of revenue. Our 2025 estimate is $18 billion, and then we get to over $30 billion in 2030. And obviously, with the state deficits, we think that's going to push forward a lot of states that have been hesitant. New Jersey, Pennsylvania, great test cases for good tax revenues and jobs.
So Caesars, at this point, with William Hill, how long does DraftKings stay? And how long do DraftKings, FanDuel, they stay? I mean, sooner or later, you would think that there's going to be tie-ups across the board, and even new companies. When you think to try to... I would think that digital companies are figuring out even more interesting ways to take advantage of this trend.
Sure. The ways to connect to the consumer, you have the omni-channel approach. That's what MGM, Penn National, Caesars are doing here, where you can actually bring the player back to one of the casinos that they own in a bricks and mortar fashion. Then you have the media tie-ups that we talked about with Fox Bet, CBS, William Hill, ESPN, structured a deal with Caesars and also with DraftKings. And you have NBC with PointsBet. And then the final way is really just kind of a marketing blitz. And that's what FanDuel and DraftKings have done. Now, what they're doing that we think is also smart is they're sponsoring teams. So the Giants are now sponsored by DraftKings. So when you watch a game or you eventually go to a game, you will see their advertisements all around the stadium. But it is an arms race right now. The early winners are the daily fantasy companies, DraftKings and FanDuel, who spent over $500 million in terms of ad revenues over the last 5 years. And we're going to see, market share really start to fragment. Going forward, Barstool just launched their app last week. They essentially went from nowhere to probably about a 10% market share company in Pennsylvania. And you have this Caesars, William Hill, CBS tie-in that we think will be very successful. We're forecasting 11% market share for that company.